Hello and welcome to Making the Cut, the podcast dedicated to everything plastic surgery, health, and wellness. I am your host, Dr. Patrick Basil, board-certified plastic surgeon from Jacksonville Beach, Florida, and I am joined, as always, by my co-host, the amazing and talented nurse practitioner, Hope Gully. And here we are, part 2 of having Jen here from Jen's Journey. We're very excited. If you didn't catch the first episode, go back and listen because it talks about all of how she started her weight loss journey and the ups and downs with that, but a lot of good information that I think people would find very valuable. And absolutely, Jen, we didn't do this last time, but where can we find you on Instagram?
On Instagram, it's a very annoying handle, but it's _Jen's_journey. If you just search Jen's Journey, I'll pop up.
All right.
Perfect.
She's got tons of followers, but she has, even more importantly, amazing content that even if you're not on a weight loss journey, is inspiring.
Yes.
Would you agree?
No, totally. I would say I watch your stuff more than I should probably, where I'm just like, I need to get out there and walk, just like little things.
That's why I keep doing it.
I learn new
was
things
the
every
same
time
way.
I watch your stuff.
When I was in I don't feel like working out, I'd get on and see somebody doing their workout and I was like, dang it.
And you're like, accountability.
And we talked about it. We talked about it, but that photo you do use, which is your reminder.
It's awesome. Yeah.
First off, that's great that you constantly share that because that takes a lot of guts to keep putting it out there. And it does add that authenticity, but it inspires me because I think about times when I don't feel good about myself and I need a kick in the pants, but I am not brave enough to put my picture of me at my worst up, saying I really need to improve my health or things like that.
Yeah.
So, yes, we talk about the fun things like, I'm going to go out and ruck today, or I'm going to go out and do this, but you really dive deep into the real stuff.
Yeah.
And I think what we talked about last time was that's what people identify with.
Yeah.
I show the shitty parts too.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. First swear jar. There we go. That's okay.
Safe space. It's a
This
safe
is cable
space.
TV.
Yes.
You want people to know it's not just them.
Yes.
It happens to everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Okay. So
totally.
now we're going to talk about your journey of when you started thinking about possibly maybe wanting plastic surgery, body contouring after weight loss, and how you came to find us.
So I'll start with how I came to find you guys. When I finally realized I have a decent amount of loose skin, because you don't know how much you're going to end up with, but with extreme weight loss, 100 pounds, I would call extreme weight loss.
For sure.
You're going to have it. And I remember I was actually, I think I've told you about this. I was proud to have loose skin because it meant that I did it.
For sure.
And people will be like, if you were so proud, why'd you get surgery? Because when you put as much work into changing your entire life the way that I did, and know that there's this one little piece missing from being able to see all your hard work, it's really, really hard to not want that for yourself.
Yeah.
And I never thought it would be in the cards for me at all, but I just started doing my research online and see who was around. And honestly, a social media presence was huge for me because it meant that you were current with the times.
Sure.
I didn't want a guy who was 85 years old, been doing this stuck in his ways, not willing to innovate with new technology. So a social media presence and reviews, people's reviews were the number one thing that I look at. I've talked to you about this before. And I was like, the reviews, almost every review I found online for you was 5 stars, every single one. You had a social media presence. Your office was nice and current and updated. And it was really just from Google searching. I loved that you were Jacksonville based.
Yeah.
I love that you were associated with the Jags because go Jags.
Yeah. There we go.
So that's what it was, just my own research. And then I did know from following other influencers, they got to be board certified.
Yep.
That was number 1 on my list. Got to be board certified.
Totally.
Wanted you to not be, 85 years old and shaky hands and
Steady hands.
yeah. So it was just online search.
Yeah.
And I tried out. Went to 2 consultations. I went with everybody. I saw a surgeon that everybody recommended me to. He was my first consultation. No, you were my first one. I went to him solely because everyone was like, don't go with your first, just like your wedding dress. Just try more. Yeah, I tried and nope, straight back here. Straight back here.
Yeah, and it was interesting because I remember maybe you were commenting on some of our posts and or you were like, I can't wait to come in. I booked my thing.
Yes.
And I remember our producer, Hope, who also does all of our marketing and social media, said to me this big influencer following you and she's coming in. And I was like, really? So then that's when I started following you. And I'm like, first off, I was like, wow, she's got a lot of followers.
Yeah.
But it was more of like impressive, again, going back to what you were putting out there. And I got to learn a lot about you even before you came in.
Yeah.
So I think it's
I
funny.
didn't think about that. That's cool.
Because so when you came in, I already felt like I knew you, and you probably felt like you knew me.
I had stalked you.
I was a little, I was like a little starstruck. I gotta say, because I haven't really met anybody who had such a big online presence.
Yeah.
So I was like, I better not mess
What's
this up.
funny about that is I was super nervous because I wanted to ask you if I could film. I was too scared to.
Oh, really?
It took me a lot of visits before I finally asked
No
you, and you were like,
way.
"Yeah."
Yeah. Now it's every time.
Because I was worried that you would be like, because I would say it's much more, it's well thought of now, but back then, influencer was. You didn't want to be known as an influencer.
Yeah.
No, everybody, you were a type of person, but that was never me. I was never the stereotypical influencer.
Yeah.
And I remember being so scared to ask you if I could start filming some of this stuff. I'm so glad you said yes, because look at us now.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, because again, it's about education. I knew what you were about. You weren't about, and I really felt this deep down, you getting more famous. You were about, I want to share my story with the hopes that maybe I can make a difference in somebody's life.
I wanted normal people to know that they can do it.
Correct.
I'm a very normal.
So I felt the authenticity of it, like, all right, she's here for all the right reasons. I want to get behind this. So that was really, really cool. So we had met, and then we talked about what we were going to do. So tell us about some of that first kind of round of surgery.
So the first round, I knew I wanted a tummy tuck. I knew because I had a decent amount of loose skin on my belly.
I want to say this though, for 100-pound weight loss, it really wasn't crazy.
Yeah, I think so too.
But I think it had a lot to do with your age.
Yeah.
And also kind of the way you did it.
I think being an athlete my whole life, I maybe had that muscle that held on for its dear life.
And your skin was in really good shape. So like, even though you had it, it was deflated.
Yeah. So I knew I wanted the loose skin on my belly removed, because I just remember being like wondering how jeans would fit me without that bulge of loose skin there. And also when I was running, it was uncomfortable. Like I could stuff it into my shorts, but 3 strides, it's out. And just bouncing or making really weird noises, like a water drop. It was, I don't know how to explain it, but I would hear my skin hitting myself when I would jog.
And for some people, that's anti-motivation to exercise.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yep, it is. And same thing with weight loss. Some people don't want to lose weight because they don't want loose skin. And I'm like, no, that's not a reason to ever not lose weight. Yeah. Like, don't let that be your reason. Right. I was so much happier with hanging loose skin than I was 100 pounds overweight. So much happier. So knew I wanted tummy tuck. And then I honestly didn't know. I don't know if you remember, I wasn't sure about breast implants at first.
Actually, yeah, I think you weren't.
Yeah.
That wasn't, and we had talked about it, but I think you had a lot of hesitation.
Yes.
Because you're like, I want to do this for the right reason. I don't want to come off that I'm doing it for the wrong reason. Again, trying to protect your authenticity. But I think we talked about restoring form and function.
Yes.
And by losing that amount of breast tissue, we weren't trying to go crazy.
No, because I never had boobs. Correct. I told you I was an A. The only time I had boobs was when I was 100 pounds overweight.
You just wanted to be balanced.
Yes.
And
because they were just empty.
And that's what we talked about. Just again, for those of you out there thinking about breast augmentation, just because you hear the word breast implant doesn't mean big and shock and awe. So for you, we're just trying to balance you out.
Yes. I just wanted you to basically reinflate the loose hanging skin sacs that were left after losing 100 pounds. There was nothing. Yeah. There was nothing in there. Yeah. So we talked about the tummy tuck, and the day you told me that I needed no lipo, I was shocked.
Yeah.
I thought for sure there was going to be, because every journey that I had, because you follow other people's journeys that are going through it, because you kind of want to see what you're in for. And I'm glad I did that, because I knew to be ready for pain and recovery. I wasn't scared at all when we went in, because I knew I was ready for it to suck. But I had seen somebody, I just lost my train of thought.
That's okay. We were talking about the, well, we didn't even get to your health journey last time. But we can talk about that in a little bit. But we were talking about the breast implants and things like this, and how we talked about
the first round.
Yeah, the first round of surgery. Yeah. And how I said you didn't need lipo.
Oh,
and then you were like,
because I
crazy because you were following all these other people.
Every time
and I told you, I
go,
no, your skin, and I'd pull on the skin. Yeah. And it wasn't fat.
See,
obviously, but you were super lean, which we talked about.
I was teeny tiny when I came in, and so every journey I'd seen, they all had liposuction for contouring, right? To make it look like not, and so when you said I didn't need that, I was like, oh,
Let's
yeah.
go.
Because the recovery from that can be hard, right?
It doesn't feel good.
Yeah. So didn't need that. So it was literally we removed the skin on my belly and we put very moderate implants in.
Yeah, I would say moderate to smaller size. Yeah.
I think I was just a B.
Yeah.
Just like a normal B.
It suited what you needed at the
time.
time perfectly.
Yes.
And you had again, from what I remember, a very unremarkable recovery, did very well, but it had to do with, because you came into surgery super healthy.
Oh yeah. Well, and knowing what I was coming into. Do your research.
Yes. I always feel like it's like
research.
70% mindset.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know,
Yeah.
you have to go in being like, all right, we're going to do this. And,
And
it's going to go
suck.
great.
Yeah. And it's going to suck.
It's going to suck, but it's going to be
Just
great.
know that.
So doing that
And it's a
research
process.
ahead was good.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So lots of research and then got through recovery. And when you spend that much money and time in recovery on something, I'm not letting it go to waste. So it really inspired me to want to see more of my hard work. And that's really where my strength training came into. Because I was like,
Because I remember you went through this metamorphosis of where then you became, like really fit.
Yeah. Because I was just skinny before.
Correct.
I was at the time of
You
surgery,
lost
I was just
a bit
skinny.
of muscle tone.
Yes.
Yep.
And so when I realized I put on 10 healthy pounds of lean muscle to no longer be at 140, I was at 150. That's what I was at surgery. And that's what I was at for years after
Yeah.
was 150.
Yeah.
That's just what I was.
Yeah.
And then, life happened, brain tumors and stuff, and
Yeah.
slowly gained.
But you get through that. You got through that. I mean, you're amazing.
Yeah, there was
Again.
only one moment that I did have a regain and I didn't even realize it. It happened so slow and so long that it wasn't until I was like, I'm kind of uncomfortable. And then I think I saw a picture of us on our cruise and I was like, what the hell?
Well, you start to get comfortable.
Yeah.
And-
So 50, 60, 70, 80. It was 30 pounds. I had gained 30 pounds after brain tumor recovery, all of that stuff.
We let that slide.
Yeah.
Brain
Yeah.
tumor.
Yeah. You know. Yeah.
I get a pass.
Yes.
But once I realized it, that
go back.
was before the second round. So I had realized like, okay, I've let some of my habits slip. That's when I really got into, you're going to get strong now. It's not about being skinny anymore. You've seen what you're like at skinny.
Yeah.
And it wasn't for you.
Yeah.
Okay. You see where you are a little bit heavier. This also isn't you. Let's find the middle. So then I really started focusing on getting strong.
Yeah.
And that led to everything now. And finally putting on muscle and like feeling like the athlete that I used to be again, it made everything better. Everything was happier. And it fueled me even more to want to help people do the same.
Gotcha.
Because I'm just a normal person and I did it. You can too.
Gotcha.
And I just want people to know that. That's why I constantly post. It's worth it to deal with the trolls and stuff. If I can get anybody else to feel the way I feel now compared to how I lived for so many years, of course I want that for everyone.
Yeah.
Totally.
It's a different life.
Gotcha. And then you really got involved in tennis again, right?
Yeah. I became a competitive tennis player again. It's still recreational, but it's a goal for me to become a high ranked tennis player. And so I got really into that and strength training. And of course, the more I got into strength training, the more I fell in love with it. And that's what made me want to go for my certification and get my personal trainer certification. Cause I was like, I freaking love this.
Yeah.
And I want to teach other people how to do it, being strong rocks.
Best feeling ever.
Yeah.
So when did you start thinking about like the second or the last round of surgery?
So once I had put on some lean muscle and and I knew I was strong, I was happy with my size, my physique. It kind of felt like I did when I had hit my goal weight and was like, I did it, I'm here. And I would just see all the skin and you get a little defeated.
Yeah.
It was like round 2 of that for me, except it was my back this time.
Yep.
I was working so hard to get rid of those rolls on my back, not knowing at the time that it was loose skin. I thought I still had fat to lose back there. And so when I was like, I can't lose any, like I've done everything I can do.
Yeah.
Do you remember me asking you if it was loose skin? I came in for something else and I was like, is this skin or is this something I can get rid of? And you were like, no.
No.
And
In
I
fact,
was
I
like-
remember when I kind of simulated what we would do with surgery, your eyes popped out of your head and you were like, yes, I want to do it right now.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
It wasn't just the back.
That's
it changed
a
the front
powerful
too.
So many people come in, right? And they say
Yeah.
like, oh, I need to lipo here. And I'm like, you don't really need lipo.
Yeah.
It's extra skin. You
Yeah.
know?
And that's-
I mean, sometimes lipo helps.
Yeah.
Sure.
But it's
Yeah.
for most weight loss patients, I call that like the icing on the cake because we do everything, arm, whatever someone needs for their body contouring. But it's almost the last thing you do is that upper body lift.
Yes.
because they're just like, oh, I got this extra skin on my, yes.
Yeah.
You know, and then once you talk through, because initially when you tell someone they're going to have a scar across their back, most people aren't super excited. But when you kind of go into, it's, you know, talking about how it's similar to the low scar on the tummy tuck, it's kind of in the bra line.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's mostly, you know, people aren't going to see it.
Yeah.
And then you show them the pictures. People are like,
It's
yes.
crazy. And scars never bothered me. I never cared about scars. Who cares? It's a scar. And you hardly ever see it. Maybe when I'm in a bikini. And even then, it's like perfectly where my bikini line goes because you measured it before. Remember how many tests we did with my sports bra and stuff?
I think that's important too. Like we always try to have patients bring in bras that they like to wear, bathing suits, things like that, because it's key. Yeah. Because, you know, everybody thinks you mark the same. No, because we're like for a tummy tuck, for instance, if they're old school Baywatch, it's going up high. If they're old school Britney Spears, it's like
where they wear
super
their,
low. Yeah. It's where do they like to wear?
Yep. You had me bring in my sports bra, and I was like, this is what I wear all the time. All I wear is sports bras, and you were like, okay, got it. And that's where you made my scar.
Yeah. How was that recovery?
That recovery was.
You could be honest.
Had I not done my hips too, because remember we did the side
some
thing.
extra skin, a little bit extra skin.
So I had those bulges on the side. Had we not done that part, it would have been a breeze.
Really?
Like, oh my God,
the side things are worse?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
If we had just done the exchange out explant and implant.
Yes.
Who can we go?
Wow.
If we had just done that and the upper body lift, easy breezy, lemon squeezy.
See, this is good.
But my sides.
All right.
Yeah.
So we did sort of.
We had a lot of heart-to-hearts over this.
We did this sort of lateral thigh lift or continuing her abdominoplasty incision, because that's a very common place also to have extra skin. And that's another, again, like icing on the cake one done at the end. But I didn't realize that was that uncomfortable.
It was. The tubes over there were terrible. But it was just, everything happens there. When you sit, when you stand, when you want to get dressed, you have to use those. So, but recovery for both surgeries.
Okay.
Very, if you're prepared for it going in, it's very manageable.
Now, how hard was it, like being so active? Because I have very active patients who, when you tell them
he yells at me a lot.
When you tell them how long they're gonna have to take off from being at the gym, whatever, that their eyes kind of bug out. Was it really that hard?
Yes and no. Yes, because knowing that you're going to be so sedentary, you know that you're going to start to go crazy after, a week on the couch, or just not being able to get comfortable for so long is the thing that kills you. But when you go from being super active to being told that you can't be, you're all like, you can't tell me what to do. And but then Dr. B yells at you enough and you listen because...
Well, we have that hard conversation, right, Hope? Of you
find out what happens when you overdo it.
Well, I saw talking about like protecting your investments.
Yes.
You're investing a fair amount of money into this.
Yep.
And how just a little bit of, waiting.
That was one of the things that you said to me when I asked you. I texted you one day. I think it was like 3 days after surgery. And I was like, can I walk? And you were like, sit down. And I was like,
we also know our patients where if we give you an inch, it's like 13 miles.
So, I had a patient today who's like,
may or may not be one of them.
Very heavy CrossFit, blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, 8 weeks, that's it. Yeah. Not a day before. Because I know if I said 6 weeks, they'd be like, maybe 4 weeks.
Yeah. So it is hard. But again, I spent a lot of money on this, a lot of time. The recovery is a lot. I'm not messing it up.
Yep.
So knowing that, and then it was a really good reason to make you watch your nutrition because you're not going to be moving. Well, now you get to focus on your food because putting stuff on a scale isn't going to take any more time to do. And you got lots of time because you're not allowed to do anything.
Right. Sorry.
So no, it was, I think the first time was probably harder mentally. Second go round, I knew what I was in for. Yeah. I knew that I had to sit my butt on the couch if I wanted to heal faster.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And the nice thing that you do is you share all those stories too. Like the why you chose to do surgery and also the real graphic pictures of surgery, your scars. Because there are people ask you all the time, like, who did you go to, blah, 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 which I love. You always say, go to me. But
yes.
it is nice that you share those that information about like what it's like and things like this.
Yeah.
And also have all the videos cataloged and stuff.
And it's scary to tell people that you're going to have plastic surgery because there's such a stigma. And being with you and going through this journey, I remember the first surgery telling people that I was going to get implants. I was absolutely mortified to tell the internet that because good
Well,
Lord,
you were ready to get like lambasted.
Yeah.
You know,
And
you're not natural, blah, blah, blah.
So then when we decided on the second surgery, me of all people having very, very moderate breasts, but I was bigger now. I had I have structure now.
Yes.
Like they were just, I never thought I would want an explant so soon, but I just wanted it to fit my body a little bit more. I wasn't that 140-pound stick anymore. I was muscular and I just wanted them a little bit bigger. That was never in the cards until we really started talking. And I was like, I just don't think they fit me for my life now.
Yep.
And that's okay.
And it's about balance.
Yes. And so I just wanted to make sure that I talked about that part because what was that 5 years between? And you said it, and you said a lot of people will come back for a second one after they've had that size for a few years and they realize maybe they do want less, maybe they do want more. For me, I just wanted a little bit more because I was just, this is how I plan on being. This is where I feel my best. And I just want the breasts to match that too. So I think it's totally fine for people to want to change something about themselves.
And again, because you were so real and took that stigma away. And there are definitely, thank God, people like you out there who have good content. It's so good. And again, we have patient after patient come in who you've inspired.
Yeah.
That makes me so happy.
Yeah, truly.
A lot of them do message me and they're like, I go see Dr. B. And I'm like,
Oh,
yay! I do get a lot of
That's
messages.
awesome.
And we have people come from all over the
over.
world who follow
really
you,
cool.
who come here because of you.
Oh my God. That was always
so
the
cool.
point.
And that's very cool to us. It's like,
It's
it's
so
like, oh,
neat.
we have
That
someone
makes
coming
me
in from Canada
so
today.
happy.
Like,
Oh my
how'd you find
God.
us? They're like, oh, Jen's journey. I
Yeah.
go,
Yeah.
I'm going to start having you hand out stickers to anyone that says that I run to give them an average Jen sticker.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
No,
I love that.
I love that. You deserve all of that because you are so good. You're just a good person and obviously a fantastic surgeon. And it shows in your work and it shows in how you care for your patients. And here we are years later and we have a great relationship.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun. You're part of our family now.
Yeah.
And it's just because, again, you have an aura about you that when you come in the office, everybody smiles. But
We're all so excited.
these relationships are why we do what we do. We've talked about this before. You know, like what we do is not easy.
Yeah.
And having people constantly give us this fuel that's like, oh, this is good. This is why we do this. It just, that's what makes it real. And again, like we've talked about it before, just because it's, it's hard, but it makes it so worth it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's with anything in life, right? You just took us through your journey of how hard it was, but I don't think you'll regret any moment.
No, never, ever. It's supposed to be hard. What are you going to learn if it's not?
Yeah. And then
Exactly.
think about like how much of an example you have been for Rory. I mean, that's super
The
cool.
thing I get the
gives me chills
most
to
from
think
people
about.
is people being worried that my daughter watching me lose weight was going to mess her up and make her think that she needs to be skinny forever. No, her watching me do that, she has such a healthy mindset towards food. She's 11. And if she has like a soccer game that weekend, she will literally be like, I've got to get my protein in. So I'm going to eat less sugar. I think that's awesome.
That is so
for a
cool.
child
Because
Yes.
it
to
wasn't
realize.
about getting skinny.
No.
It was about getting healthy.
Yes. And it did start with just wanting to be skinny again. It did start
that's
with
okay.
that. But then when you realize that that's when I got to my skinniest, I wasn't my healthiest. And that's when I was like,
Balance.
it's not about being skinny. It's about being healthy and strong.
Yeah.
And Rory watched that whole thing and she has a very strong appreciation for food and health and fitness now because she watched what it did for her mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's about education. It's about knowing why we do it. And then I think, again, inspiring the younger kids.
Yes.
Having good people on social media like you to do that instead of the fake people out there that are like telling them to do these weird trends. It's super important because kids are going to stumble upon bad accounts and good accounts. And so it's great that you're out there.
And I want parents to know, like, you can absolutely get yourself healthy and not screw up your kid's head.
Yeah.
It's actually great for them to watch you do it.
Totally.
That's why I love the word healthy because that, with any of the kids, like our kids will be like, well, why are we eating this? I'm like, because we want to eat healthy.
Yeah.
You know?
I want to feel good.
Like,
yeah.
and so because health is going to lead just to a better life, you know, and
and you let them make the mistakes. I've let her overeat sugar and let her feel how yucky she feels. And she's like, I don't want to do that again.
Like, no. Yeah.
Exactly. Same thing I do. Every once in a while I'll go feral and eat like a crazy person. And I'm reminded for days why I don't.
Yes.
I'm reminded for days. I'm like, I feel everything. My joints hurt. Everything hurts again. And I'm like,
well, it's inflammation from processed food and all this stuff. And once your body doesn't get used to that.
Yeah. Exactly. When I was at my heaviest, that's how I was living day to day.
Well, you could probably have eaten anything then and been like, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know.
But yeah, so I always love encouraging parents to not be scared that you're going to screw up your kid if you go on your health journey.
Yeah. And
it's great for them to see you do that.
And so what that has done is taking away the stigma of both weight loss and stuff like that for the healthy reasons. And also the same thing with post-weight loss body contouring.
Yeah.
Having people out there share their story of why they're doing something, because we're really here to restore form and function.
Yes. And I want to remind people, if you are considering getting plastic surgery after your journey, it doesn't matter what the people around you have to say about it. They are not the one living in your body. It's if you want to feel better, you want to change something about your body, it does not matter what the people around you say.
Yeah.
It is the best decision I ever made.
Yeah.
It literally changed my life again. Sure, I changed my life losing the weight, getting those surgeries, changed it. I could never, there's nothing I could do about that loose skin. There's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah.
But now I don't have to deal with it anymore. And it was the right choice for me. And so it was hard to get, obviously being an influencer, I got it every which way. I got you hear the horror stories because they're horror stories, but there are way more positive outcomes than there are negative ones, but you hear about the negative ones because they grab your attention. Yeah. So I'm trying to put mine out there and be like, it's not a nightmare.
Yeah. And I think something you said last episode was super important was board certification. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yes.
It's something that I am very adamant about, even if you don't want to come see us, which I do want you to come see us, is board certification by the American Board of Plastic Surgery, because there is just a rigorous amount of training that goes along with that. And it's just important to go with people who are qualified.
To me, it showed that you were willing to be innovative with new technology and not stuck in your ways. That's very important when it comes to plastic surgery. It's constantly changing, right? It's always
constantly
new
changing. And you'll see this like when I travel, because it's always learning. I'm always learning. And I'm first to tell you, there's so much I need to learn. Things are changing every day. So going to meetings, collaborating with the leaders in our field, it just keeps you ahead of the curve and allows you to offer the best stuff for your patients. So it's important to us.
Totally important.
Yeah, it was number one on my list of when I was searching for plastic surgeons. Board certified was number one.
Yeah, and I think again the reviews are important too.
Yeah,
but it's just your gut feeling too.
Yes,
you know when you go in, just because someone has the most famous diploma ever, whatever. If you don't vibe, just
run. Same thing as with me as a trainer. Some people want someone who has done it.
Yeah,
it's hard to hire a personal trainer that's 25 years old, doesn't have kids, been skinny their whole life when they haven't gone through it. So it's the same thing with plastic surgeon. If you don't relate to them, it's not going to work out.
Exactly. Because it is such a relationship.
You got to vibe.
You know.
Well, cool. Yeah. Well, this has been awesome. Cool. I can't thank you enough for coming.
I'm so happy to be here.
I mean, it's been so great for you to share your story. We're always so happy to see you and so proud of you as well.
Thank you.
Hope, is it that time?
It's that time.
Okay. So
question of the day.
The question of the day.
You got one this time?
The question of the day is, I do. I'm not going to panic like I did last time. So, because we're coming up on, well, I don't know when this will be released, but we're getting close to Halloween at this point in time. Yeah. So, what was your favorite Halloween costume you've ever had?
Oh, that's a good one.
I'm going to go last again.
Can it be one that we're doing this year?
Yes, of course.
So we got Daisy. She's little 10-month-old golden retriever. I bought her a faux lion's mane, and we're all her zookeepers.
Oh, that's great.
So Rory has a zookeeper outfit, Nate has a zookeeper outfit, and I have one. And so she'll have a lion's mane on, and we're all in zookeeper outfits.
I cannot wait to see those pictures.
That is so great.
But I have two.
That's so cute.
Before that, there was one year where Rory was who was the inmate? Rory wanted to be a police officer. She still wants to be a cop when she grows up.
Great. Yep.
She's wanted to be that her whole life. She wants to be a cop. Yeah.
Right.
And so she was a police officer, and Nathan and I were inmates.
Okay.
Stop.
I wore the black and white striped outfit, and Nathan had the big orange jumpsuit on, and she was arresting us. That was my second favorite.
How old was she?
She was 5.
Oh, cute. Oh my gosh.
5 or 6.
Adorable.
Yeah. But this year's might top it.
That is awesome.
I think that's really good.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's
What about you,
awesome.
Hope?
I think probably my favorite one recently was I was Lilo and Bo, my dog, was Stitch.
Oh my
And he
gosh.
wore this huge, Bo's like 120 pounds. He's a big dog. And I had to find like this kid's like Stitch costume because none of the dog ones fit him. And we had to like rig it up. And he was so happy in that thing. It was so cute.
Oh,
he
that's
was
great.
like, because you don't know if they're gonna vibe in a costume or not. And
Daisy's trying to
but
eat her lion's
he was
mane.
like full Stitch face over. Didn't care.
Didn't
Oh my
care.
Didn't
gosh.
care. But we all know Bo. You know, does he know?
We
Probably
love
not.
Bo.
We love Bo.
So I just got to tell you, growing up up north around this time of year or Halloween, it's cold.
Yeah,
So
the little
you get
chilly.
these cool costumes, but you're always having to put a jacket over it because many times it's snowing. So I got to say, I didn't have many growing up, but there was this cool thing. My mother dressed me up in this as this like kind of like roaring 20s zoot suit thing. And I had this big
cool.
cigar. And she gave me this little shadow. Now it's gray. And this fedora. And I wore it to the 5th grade, and my teacher loved it at the time. And she put me up like in front of the class and said, "This is awesome." So I thought that was really cool. But
That's so
yeah,
cute.
Halloween, I got to be honest, like growing up, wasn't that great because
None of it.
it was always cold.
My mom
so
my mom's
cool.
from Chicago.
Yeah,
She
oh,
said
yeah.
the same thing. She
Like-
was like, you have the best
Oh my
costume
gosh.
on and your winter coat over it.
And it, yeah, and it
that's
was
so
really,
sad.
yeah, it was kind of good. So now I actually have a lot more fun. I like to put a clown mask on and scare Hope because she hates
Dr.
clowns.
B.
It's my favorite time of
Well,
year right
I
now,
brought
guys.
I brought it in last year, and I said, "I'm just gonna." Nope. She's like, "I'll punch you."
I literally said I'll punch you and then I'm never
Deserve.
coming back. Yeah.
I also hate clowns.
Yeah,
hate
it was the
them.
one from like
Hate
Batman Return, or the one with Heath
my-
Ledger.
But
Yeah,
he does
Joker.
the voice.
Yeah.
He does
You
the
do
voice.
the voice?
Well, I do
Yes.
because I have scary
Every once in a
voices,
while.
you know.
Yeah.
I need to hear this.
He does a lot of yeah. I'll close
Hello,
my-
Hope.
Yeah.
You know.
It's scary.
And
It's
she's
scary.
like, yeah.
Honestly, we talked about this yesterday.
We did.
Yeah.
But then she looks at
Yeah.
me like, "I'm gonna kill you." So
Yeah. Yeah.
I will
You know,
quit right now if you
That's the
scare me with
only
them.
way to really bring that part of me out is the clown voice.
Yeah. So Halloween was never
all fun
really
and
that
games.
much fun, but I always have fun dressing up. This year we're dressing up as the Spice
The
Girls
Spice Girls.
for Basil. Because my Basil
Here?
is my last
Yes.
name. Yeah.
Yes.
So and we will be dressed. So I'm gonna be Basil Spice.
Yep. It's gonna be awesome.
You know, and well, the other ones were Gru and Minions. That's what I voted
that's
for.
a good
That's what
one.
everyone voted for.
That's
I
a
don't
good
know who
one.
overturned it.
Someone.
So I was like, I want you to be.
So
Gru
we're going to be
bad.
the Spice Girls because I'm Basil. So they're all going to be they're different spices.
Okay. So not actually Spice Girls.
No.
You are.
No, I would
Herbs.
love that. We are herbs.
We are herbs.
We are seasonings.
we are our thyme or sage.
I am
or,
requesting a group picture of everybody's costume.
Oh.
it
when
will-
that happens.
The world will
I'll
get
send
it.
to you
Don't
personally.
worry.
But anyway. All right. Well, thank you guys again. Thank you, Jen,
Yep.
so much for
Yes.
coming to hang out. Hope,
Spending
as
some time.
always. Thank you for your
Thank you,
questions.
Dr. B.
And regarding questions, please send us yours. Info at patrickbasilmd.com. We want to hear your feedback. We want to hear what else you want us to talk about. But happy Halloween.
Yes,
Happy
yes,
fall.
yes.
And we'll see you guys on the next episode.